This came out of Tupperware, out of a gray tub, and it was wrapped in plastic. Down in my cellar, cellar, and it is from '09. Breaking the seal. This is one of the tobaccos that I do like, and I do keep this around. It's kind of like a harder 965, and that's why a lot of times I will have that around. And I have ran out, so I went downstairs and I pulled out an '09, and I'm going to open this up. I'm going to take part of it and I'm going to put it into the little jars, and then I'm going to take part of it and send it out to people, because what good is having this much if you can't share it? And as in the past, when I have opened this up, I have never been disappointed. It is just so nice. I probably should have done this inside so I could keep the smell for myself. I might need to get scissors even. And since I'm not going to be closing it up, it doesn't really matter how I break this seal. But never in my, from the time I've been smoking this, which was years ago, it has changed some. It's gotten a little bit stickier, as in broader leaf, not as fine a pick on the leaf. So you're getting a little bit of scrappier leaf in that. But that's what's coming out in the new. I can't wait to open up the 9. And I have a bunch of notes on this that every time I do buy some and put some up, I always include notes. And this is Latakia, Oriental, Turkish, Perique, and Virginia. It says it's a ribbon mix. And these are my notes. So, you know, you guys don't have to agree, but I'll be smoking some of this later. I haven't decided if I'm going to smoke it in my Falcon or not. I need to get a different bowl. This one has cake in it, and it's old cake. It says this is smooth and creamy with no bite. It is a slow burn, a mid-plus nicotine. And it says too much Latakia, it will diminish that Latakia with age, which is what I like. It says a warm bath, once you get in you want to stay. But then I also have notes that let me know why I don't like some of this. And one says it's a bad room note, and that it leaves a bad aftertaste. It says it's harder and more intense than 965. Lights well, pack it loose. It's very nasal with the Oriental. When you start, it's spice and nutty, but it becomes very muted toward the end. So I tell myself not to smoke the last 1/3 of the bowl. And then at the very bottom it says it is not a vapor. So I just wanted you to know what my notes are on this, and I'm going to light a bowl up in a little while, and we'll all share a bowl of some '09. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. I was trying to open my Balkan blend. It's from '09, and I just couldn't get it done, so I went and got a pair of scissors. When I broke the label, like I say, this is from '09, and I kind of wanted to show you how that this was in a plastic tub and in Tupperware and in plastic and then in its foil. And the reason I do that is because usually if I'm going to keep something for quite a few years, I want to make sure it maintains its integrity. And I can tell you right now, just from squeezing this after I pulled the label up, it's going to be perfect. And that's what I've always found about Balkan blend, this particular. Now, a lot of times I get it in tins, but these I buy in the bags because I buy it at 8 ounces at a time, because I smoke this kind of like I smoke my 965. And sometimes I think I get the two confused. This is a little bit harsher, a little bit more of a nicotine hit, and I like it just as well. This has, I always called this the kitchen sink of tobacco, because it has Burley, Virginia, Latakia, Perique. Everything is in this. And they've like taken and swept up the workroom floor, and they put it all together. But it is supposed to be a ribbon cut, and it is supposed to be very nice. Now, over the years, I've bought this, like I say, because I smoke quite a bit of it. I've been buying this for a long time, and over the years, this blend has changed. And the last bag I bought, which was earlier this year, when I opened it, I was a little disappointed. It seemed like it had more, a little bit more sticky, as in sticks, and as in the rougher cuts of the tobacco, almost like they didn't clean the leaves enough. Almost like they did scrape up the floor, you know, and put it all in a bag. It still smoked fine, it still tasted fine, but for me, I will always age it from now on, because opening a new bag for this year taught me that I do not like the new blend as well as I do the old. And I'm not big on the Latakia. Can you hear it? I don't know, that made a little sound. I do not like the newer blend, just because, like I say, this has time to mellow and stuff, and I wanted you to see how beautiful it is. And the only way I could figure out to show you that was to bring it out here and put it on a piece of cardboard. But I do want you to see that as I pull this out, it contains its moisture. It maintained it. It's still nice and, whoop, wrong side. It's still very nice and tight. It's very nice and moist. It's just a little bit loose. And so here we're going to go, and I'm going to show you more of this tobacco. Like I said, I like this tobacco, so, you know. You had seen me take a pinch out, and so I took that pinch out, and I'm going to let it, and see the different, you'll see the different cuts. You'll see, and this is, you know, 5 or 6 years old now. You'll see the different cuts. You'll see the ribbon hanging. You see the little bit coarser, harder of the Latakia and the Periques. Here you'll see how much darker it is. You'll see the nice light colors of the light Virginias. And it's just a little bit more moist than what some people like to smoke it. I think it's perfect. It's so moist and so hard that it just doesn't shake out of its bag. You have to actually pry it out of its bag. So I'm going to load up one of my K&Ps. It's got that neat stem I like on there. I'm going to load it up, and I'm going to smoke me some BB. That's Bill Bailey's Balkan Blend. It's from it's made for Dan Tobacco Company. And I say this is from 09. Enjoy. I just lit it the first time. I haven't really had a chance to pack it down and get it set like I like. It's not lit. I have all kinds of tampers, you know, and what do you do most of the time? When you first start out, you use your finger anyway. Nice easy light on it. Wonderful draw. First thing I taste is that nice sweet taste that you get from the Orientals. A little spice. And it has mellowed down that Latakia through the aging process. It has mellowed out that Latakia where you're not getting that hit of that right from the start. So for me, this is, like I say, it's a really nice pipe. I buy it in 8 ounces at a time, and I have probably 6 more bags from 09 and 10, and I try to use it within a 5-year period on a lot of these. And I have some that are older than that. I do keep a few from every year anyway, so I have some that date back all the way. I've got some really old 3 Nuns. I've got some really old 3 Briar. Got some old Dunhill 10s. And I can't remember. Oh, I sent Dunny Shore a bunch of old 10s, and he was like surprised because he said some of those 10s you just can't get anymore. But I wasn't using the 10s, so better somebody else use them than me, right? I never say that about my pipes. But I did want you to see what a beautiful blend that this Balkan is, and how wonderfully the color is on that. Happy, happy. Joy, joy. I'm going to sit out here in the nice cool morning and smoke my pipe.